The first wedding night is the moment when the newlywed couple is alone for the first time to engage in intimate relations. For many cultures, this event symbolizes the beginning of married life and is an important milestone on the path to family happiness. However, in some societies, such as the Arab world, this night becomes a source of great anxiety and fear, especially for women. Why does this happen? Now, why do Arab women often feel anxious about this moment? At the end of the text, we will consider a real case that occurred in an Arab country, which will truly shock you. One of the main reasons for Arab women's fear of the first wedding night is the intense cultural pressure and expectations surrounding this event. In many Arab countries, a woman's virginity before marriage is seen as an important cultural and religious requirement. Losing virginity before marriage can have severe consequences, including expulsion from the family. This pressure starts at a very young age, when girls are taught that their honor and dignity are directly tied to maintaining their virginity. As a result, even the thought of the first wedding night can cause extreme anxiety, even panic attacks. Women understand that the outcome of this night can affect their reputation in the family, in society, and in general, their entire life. Moreover, the first wedding night is viewed as a kind of test for the woman. It is expected that she will prove her purity, and the marks on the sheets become a symbol of this proof. This puts the woman in a very vulnerable position, causing her to fear not so much the physical act itself, but its consequences and the reaction of the husband or his family. Another reason for the fear of the first wedding night is the fear of pain, which is often exaggerated in society. In some Arab cultures, there is a belief that losing virginity is accompanied by painful sensations. These beliefs are passed down from generation to generation and are reinforced by stories from older women, who may have had less positive experiences. Additionally, the lack of proper education on this subject contributes to amplifying these fears. Young girls who have not received adequate information about intimacy and the physiology of their bodies often have a distorted understanding of what to expect on their first wedding night. This causes the fear of the unknown and of pain to intensify even further. The lack of education on these topics is one of the most serious problems faced by young Arab women. In most Arab countries, these topics are taboo and considered improper to discuss. Schools rarely provide comprehensive sex education, and parents generally avoid discussing these matters. As a result, many Arab women get married without understanding how their body works, what consent is, or the importance of communication with a partner in intimate relationships. This lack of knowledge increases insecurity and fear, which can turn the first wedding night into a traumatic experience. In Arab society, public opinion and control over women's behavior are highly emphasized. Many traditions and customs are aimed at preserving a woman's purity before marriage. In some cases, this includes the practice of checking virginity, which may involve humiliating procedures, and even the public demonstration of this proof. The fear of being judged by society and family for not being pure enough or for behaving improperly can exert immense pressure on a woman. This fear is intensified by the belief that her entire life and social status depend on a single event, the first wedding night. This pressure leads the woman to not only feel fear, but also shame and guilt, even if she has done nothing wrong, which in most cases is true. Religious beliefs also play an important role in shaping the fears and expectations related to this moment. For Arab women, Islam, as the main religion in Arab countries, establishes clear behavioral rules for both men and women, including a ban on premarital relations. Although Islam emphasizes that the relationship between husband and wife should be an act of love and respect, these religious ideals are often distorted by cultural practices and traditions. In some cases, religious doctrines are used to increase control over women, making them objects of social control and public condemnation. Moreover, religious texts can be interpreted in different ways, and not all families or societies strictly follow these traditions. However, in places where religious norms have a strong influence, the fear of violating these norms and being considered sinful can become an additional source of anxiety for a woman on her first wedding night. How the woman feels during this moment is typically not asked. If she feels unprepared for such relations or has doubts about her role as a wife, this can significantly amplify her fears. In some cases, young women may suffer from depression, anxiety disorders, or post-traumatic stress disorder, which makes it harder to perceive the first wedding night positively. Emotional closeness with the partner and the level of trust between them can also affect how this event is perceived. If the marriage was forced or not consensual, the fear of closeness with an unfamiliar man can be very strong. Women who feel unprepared for marriage or are under heavy pressure from family and society may view this act as a form of violence. Family traditions and the passing down of experiences through generations play a crucial role in shaping the fear of the first wedding night. In some Arab families, older women pass down stories of their own experiences to younger women, which over time can become distorted and truly frightening. These stories leave a deep mark on the mind of the young wife. Additionally, customs and traditions associated with the wedding night can be extremely cruel. In some cultures, there is a practice of publicly displaying the sheets after the first night to prove the bride's virginity. This practice not only humiliates the woman, but also adds to the fear surrounding this act. A real case. A ride hound who had not seen her husband until the wedding was greeted at the ceremony by a large man weighing nearly 200 kgs, despite the fact that she was a small and delicate woman. When they were left alone, the man didn't bother with formalities and decided to go through the back door. The bride, not knowing how things were supposed to be, thought this was normal, and such encounters continued for many years. Everything changed when she heard from her friend that this was unnatural and that her husband was deceiving her. How the story ended is unknown, but in such a patriarchal society, she could hardly have said anything against it. Over time, subscribe to the channel, like, and share your opinion in the comments. See you.